I'm just bowled over. I could not believe the excitement. When you see parents and see them coming up and all the kids on the street and in their costumes, you know it's going to be a night.
Welcome to the 6th annual 5th Avenue High School Musical Theater Awards, sponsored by Wells Fargo. And now let's honor the show people representing the 78 productions who participated in the 5th Avenue Award.
This is one of the most exciting nights that I can even think of at the 5th Avenue. You know, there's opening night, and then there's the 5th Avenue Awards, which I have never seen such unbridled enthusiasm in my whole life. To watch the students and to watch this kind of excitement come together has been really fulfilling, and I think it's good for theater over the long term.
You go in that house or you go out on that stage during this program, and it's hard not to be emotionally touched by it. It's such a moving and spectacular and joyful event. Those kids don't just cheer for their schools, they cheer for all of their schools.
It's electric. It's electric, and you feed off of it. And what you're seeing now is a real celebration. You have people from different parts of this county, different schools, different acts, different ages, diversity. I mean, you're seeing what I think we really dream of here, and it's happening right in front of us.
See that fascinating creature with perfection stamped on every feature. She was playing little Nelly, hid from the belly. Mother of God, what happened to Mabel? Someone who was playing as mutton on the street is cuter than a button, and through the face possible Naples is something to see. Look what happened to Mabel. Every gesture and position that she takes is smart and meticulous. Talk about the magic that the camera makes. This is ridiculous.
The 5th Avenue Musical Theater Awards have really created just that buzz, you know, amongst the high school musical theater community. I mean, we've always had our regular supporters, but this has just brought high school musical theater to the forefront, and just even the publicity you see in the Times and the about, oh, it's high school musical theater season. 5-7 years ago, you would never see high school musical theater mentioned in the media. It's exciting, and it is fun to come and share in the excitement with the other schools. It really builds a sense of community.
We just performed right before they gave this award, and then they said my name and I didn't even hear it. And then my kids jumped up and started screaming. I went, oh! And then I saw it on the board. Wow. And I've been teaching for 6 years, and just seeing my kids' faces out there, and oh my gosh, that was amazing. Being tackled by them, that's worth it. That's like the true award. But this is nice to take back and show the school and say, hey, we kind of know what we're doing. We performed Oh, the Things You Can Think, and it starts off with a blank stage with a boy that could be from the audience, and he has the cat's hat. He's found it on stage, and then all of a sudden the cat appears, and then all these Seuss creatures appears, and it shows you how important your imagination is and how you can think up anything and just pursue that.
Call a lawyer and sue me, sue me. What can you do me? I love you. Give a holler and hate me, hate me. Go ahead, hate me. I love you. All right, already. I'm just a no good Nick. All right, already. It's true, so new, so sue me, shoot bullets through me. I love you.
Statewide, we would think that Seattle would be the capital, but there's some amazing work that's being done. Some of the subject matter and some of the content, I mean, these kids they're not doing easy stuff. There's some really challenging material, both artistically and for some of the social issues that they're dealing with. Tackling Miss Saigon, I mean, that's heady stuff, especially now. So it's pretty exciting to see kids be that adventurous and do it with maturity and real talent and skill.
I gotta give my life some sparkle and fizz, and think a thought that isn't wrapped up in his. The place that I consider paradise is wherever he ain't, wherever he ain't, he knows.
Wow, I was so excited. It's been a dream to just come to Seattle and get to do this, and it was just a dream. Like, really, it was so nerve-wracking at the same time, though, too, with all of those people. Like, I've never performed to that many people at one time. So it was incredible. I loved it. I would totally do it again.
And how do we keep our balance? Well, that I can tell you in one word. Tradition. 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 Tradition.
We perform the opening number, Tradition, which is Tevye's way of telling us about his village on Atevka and how the mamas and the sons and the daughters and the fathers all work together in the community. It's the way they've been doing it for thousands of years, staying very close to tradition, which is, of course, the name of the song. And I really tried to reflect that in my choreography. Everybody has their own movement. You know, the daughters do their own thing, and the mamas do their own thing, papas do their own thing, very much the way the household works. But in the end, you see them all come together, they all sing at the same time, the way they move around the stage, and where, you know, one person takes 2 steps and the other people move right into that spot, and just, you see the whole picture of how they all work together, and, you know, through tradition, the village manages to thrive. So that was really, really fun to choreograph. I hope it showed through on stage today.
And the devil will drag you under by the sharp lapel of your checkered coat. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, you're rocking the boat. I sailed away on that little boat to heaven, and by some chance found a bottle in my fist, and there I stood, nicely passing out the whiskey, but the passengers were bound to resist. For the people all said beware, you're on a heavenly trip. People all said beware, beware, you'll scuttle the ship. And the devil will drag you under by the fancy tie round your wicked throat. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, you're on the boat.
One of my very best friends, Travis Britt, and he's no longer with us anymore, but he, sophomore year, the best overall musical trophy was symbolically to him, because one of the people that bridged the gap to make musical theater kind of the cool thing at Kent Ridge was Travis, because he was the jock, he was the guy, he was the cool guy on campus. And then he says, well, maybe I should try musical theater, and he's in musicals, and he bridged the gap between the stereotypical jocks and the cheerleaders and all that, and moved them into, hey, this musical theater is cool as well. Before I went out every time to perform, I was thinking of him and having him try to work with me.
Some of them just kind of spark. They have a spark that's got you kind of go, wow, 5 years from now, I can't wait to see what that person will be doing and how much better they will be, even though they were great tonight.
Every study shows that the more you involve kids in the arts, the smarter they are, basically. The better they do at math, the better they do at English, the better they do at everything. And there's some, you know, there's obviously some connection there between these. And I think doing a musical is probably one of the greatest learning experiences you could ever have, because it involves so many different facets of history, of language, architecture, of physics. The sound design for any musical is entirely physics. It's really an incredible learning experience.
But suddenly I know I'll have to say goodbye to bagels and conditions.
Wells Fargo stepped up and has done a wonderful job providing us this kind of outreach, and we're proud to have that association. Not only just that their name's there, but they're involved. They're here tonight. They're going to be presenting. They are subscribers and the like. So it's more than just a passive kind of sponsorship. It's a partnership, and that partnership is what builds community.
And the 2008 Fifth Avenue Award for Outstanding Overall Musical Production goes to Woodinville High School, good news.
Ah, geez, we have the best jobs in the world.
Absolutely.
You know, it just brings tears to your eyes and adds soul to your heart when you see this kind of work being done and the kind of relationships that are formed out there with those kids.